Tim Panasic for Gibbons Motor Toys. Today we're going to do a review on the KingFisher 2025 Falcon series. So the 2025 Falcon is a relatively a new boat. It was developed a few years ago, and it replaced a few other models in KingFisher's lineup through the years. There was the 19-foot series and a 20-foot series, so we've kind of amalgamated those past boats into this new generation boat, which we'll talk about more as we get into it. As far as dimensions of this boat, it's just over 20 feet. It's actually 20 foot 6 inches. It's got a 92-inch beam, so it's got a nice wide beam. It's got a 72-inch bottom. It's, of course, KingFisher's Preflex hull technology on the sides. So you've got all these folds, which each one of these folds increases the strength in the side of the boat. The aluminum thickness on the side is 0.125, which is 1/8 of an inch. The bottom thickness is 0.190, which is 3/16 of an inch. So lots of aluminum thickness. As far as reverse chines are concerned, one thing that KingFisher does is they give you a reverse chine that literally goes right from the bow to the stern. So this full built-in reverse chine, which is formed in at the factory. So it's not welded on, it's not added extra. It's built in and formed in at the factory. Same goes with the lifting strikes. Those are strategically placed. So we've got 2 sets of lifting strikes, and those lifting strikes are put in specific areas to help the performance of the boat. What that's going to do is it's going to aid in getting the boat up on step, staying up on step at slower speeds, as well as maneuverability in corners, particularly at higher speeds. If we come to the back of the boat, we'll show you that this has got a 16-degree dead rise. Again, that's unique on the 20-foot Falcon. So as far as dead rise, that's the angle of the hull from the chines to the center keel of the boat. So we're 16 degrees at the back of the boat. So what that does is it gives you a nice compromise between a very nice smooth ride as well as stability when the boat's at idle. While we're at the stern of the boat, the 20-foot Falcon comes standard with a 25-inch transom. So that's an extra long leg, giving you more freeboard out of the water. You can see that if you're going to put a kicker on here, you're going to be using a 25-inch leg. Again, it's just a safer boat, higher out of the water. And an option on this boat that's on this 150 horse, which by the way is the maximum horsepower on this boat, we've also got the Optimus Extreme electric power steering. It's a new option for this year, and we're quite excited to see a number of boats going out with it. It's going to be like every other electric power steering configuration. It's going to be a very, very nice option, and you're just going to really make the steering and handling of the boat that much more enjoyable. Okay, looking at the back of the stern of the boat from the inside, what you'll see here is we talked about the higher transom already. Notice the real nice wide gunnels on here, which is great for adding downriggers, rod holders, whatever you may want to do. Fuel tank fuel is there. This has got a nice large fuel tank. It's 38 gallons, which is 144 liters. As far as storage back here, we've got really nice, easy access to your battery compartment. I don't know if you can see, but there's a single battery there with plenty of room for dual batteries if you choose to add that. Bilge pump, adding transducers, anything like that. Lots of openness here, lots of open space, easy access to your fuel filter to the engine, etc. So really a nice setup here for easy accessibility. The side storage compartments are just simply storage. So you got storage here. We've got extra storage on the stern side, as well as a battery cutoff switch, which is something that we do at GMT with all our boats. So when you shut that switch off, you don't have to worry about any electrical components drawing the battery down. The other thing that KingFisher has done in recent years is added a rolled edge to the side trays here. This is really nice. It does 2 things. It adds strength, and it's just way more comfortable. When you bang against this with your leg or your knee or stand on it, you can have bare feet and you can stand on this and it's going to be comfortable. The carpeted sides, this is an option. We do this in most of our boats. It does help with quietness, but more importantly, if you are storing your rods there or anything else that you put in these side trays, it just helps keep the noise down and whatever you put in there just is going to hold in place better. We don't put carpet from here down because we make this nice and easy to spray out and keep clean. So a really easy boat to maintain and keep clean. Okay, moving forward in the cockpit, you can see that this 20-foot boat has a lot of room in it. So first of all, we've got two 36-inch bench seats. So on these seats, you can comfortably fit two large adults on here. The storage is awesome. We call this semi-dry storage because these seats do come and rest on top of here. We call it semi-dry storage because this storage up here we call dry storage, which it really is. And the reason for that is notice the way that the lips on the upper box go over top of the lower box. So both the boxes, whether it's the seat that I'm sitting on or the 18-inch storage box, they are all fully welded and sealed. So the floor, the sides, everything's sealed. If you filled this boat up with water right now, no water would get in any of these boxes, which is really nice. As far as seats are concerned, the person that purchased this boat upgraded them to the Rivermaster seats. The Rivermaster seats have the armrests that lift up and down to give you easy access to the seat. All of our seats are able to rotate, so you can position the seat however you want. This one also has an adjustable fore and aft slider on it. Okay, moving further forward in the cabin, in the cockpit, we've also got a humongous floor storage in this boat. So take a look there. Now this is what I'm going to call wet storage because any water that gets in the boat can certainly get here. But as far as ropes, anchors, fenders, anything like that, great storage space there. We've also got the bow storage, which I'm going to call this dry storage. Because our drop bow is self-contained and self-bails, the storage under here is going to be dry. You can see that we have a nice space here that's finished off. Forward of that, and I don't know how well you can see there, but just to give you an idea, we've got these side curtains that literally go all the way up there and still have room to go. So there's a pile of room up there. I usually encourage customers to put your lighter gear up there. You usually want to keep the heavy gear towards the rear of the boat so that you do not decrease the performance of it. So anything, rain jackets, extra clothing, anything that's light, and you want it to stay dry, that's a great place to put it. As far as the passenger console, we've got storage here on the dash, just open storage. We've got two cup holders. Little things, these welded dams here, very important. You could throw your phone here, a set of binoculars, whatever you want. It's going to stay up in this area and not slide back and fall off. As far as the size of the glove box, look how deep that is. I can literally put my whole arm in there. When we get to the driver's console, pretty straightforward. We've got both 12-volt and USB plugins here, our typical switches. This boat has a SmartCraft tack on it, and of course there's all kinds of room on the dash for whatever electronics you want to add to it. The driver's side, like the passenger side, has the dam here, so again you could throw your phone or whatever there and it's going to stay. As with pretty much every KingFisher boat, one of the big advantages to a heavy gauge welded aluminum boat is the strength, particularly in the windshield area. When you compare this to a lot of other boats, here's where you're going to really see the difference. This windshield is solid. It opens, it has a large center opening. And what I like to show people, I'm not the heaviest guy, but it doesn't matter what you weigh pretty much, you can go on here, you can pounce on this and it's not moving. So that's really a nice feature when you're on rough water. Through the years, the windshield stays the way it is when you bought the boat when it was new. As for the drop bow, pretty much every KingFisher, same thing, a self-bailing drop bow. So if you look there's a drain hole in each corner in the back. If you wore a wave, you can fill this up with water. There might be a little bit that could escape into your anchor locker, but that's just going to run to the bottom of the boat. Anything else is going to run through the self-bailing holes, and the water is going to exit the boat, making it a much safer boat. With this anchor locker, there's also a cut here so that you can leave your rope. You can have your anchor rode. You can leave it tied to the cleat. You can still close the lid. Another feature on the exterior of the boat is these heavy-duty 8-inch fully welded industrial strength cleats. You'll note that there's 4 of them, 2 on each side in the aft, and there's 1 up front for your anchor tie-off. As far as the trailer, typically this boat comes standard with a 3,100-pound easy loader single axle trailer. This customer has upgraded to the 4,000-pound tandem axle trailer. The 3,100-pound trailer is adequate for most people if you're not traveling great distances. If you're on rough roads, you're traveling great distances, and you want to maybe pack extra gear in your boat, then for sure the upgrade to the 4,000-pound tandem max trailer makes sense. As always, remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you'll get notifications when we do more videos like this in the future, and we appreciate you watching. Thank you.